In 7th grade, I didn't know why this song came out. I couldn't figure it out. Later in my life, I always tried to figure out who Billie Jean was. But the video was cool. When I had my baby's daddy, my first baby, my baby's daddy, threw a bunch of money on the ground for me to have an abortion. We both were working. We were getting off work, and I called his mom to let her know that I was pregnant, because he was running from me and he didn't want to have a baby. But he was very young. Like, he was a year younger than I was, but we were still very young. Good and nice. I was on the side. 40 days and 40 nights is in the Bible. But anyway, Mike threw a bunch of money at me, like $250 to go have an abortion. I went to school, and my friend wanted to take me to Dayton to go have an abortion. Well, the principal had stopped me, and she said, "You are not leaving." But I'm glad, because I would have never been able to do it. When I went to go find out if I was pregnant, I went to a little pregnancy clinic on 25A at Ginghamsburg Church, and the cube came out positive, and I prayed that I would be pregnant with this baby, because I wanted unconditional love, because I felt like nobody loved me in my life. I wanted a baby that I could take care of and everything. But when me and Mike, when he threw all that money at me, it landed on the ground. And a girl that I was waitressing with, a blonde, her name was Diana, actually. So if I could write my life out, it could be like Papa Don't Preach, because that came out the same time I had my baby, and Dirty Diana, because her name was Diana. She actually apologized to me later on in my life, 10 years, 20 years later, I forget how long ago, but for doing what she did. She told me to watch her purse, and she went out to my baby's daddy's car and talked to him, and then came back in and got her purse, knowing I was pregnant with the baby. I don't understand how that people could be so mean. This is what I was talking about the other video, that just nobody cares. There's a song also, we had a party, a going away party for a guy that we worked with, and he was going to go away to the military, and I showed up at the party pregnant, and Mike had climbed the water tower. He had brought Diana with him. I don't know how long they dated, but he brought her with him, and he climbed the water tower. They tore the water tower down in West Milton, and that chapter would be My Town by Montgomery Gentry. There is actually a guy named Mike Milton that is in the cult that looks like the Wolverine guy. I don't know where Mike is today, but his girl, Michelle, was my daddy's neighbor, and she used to threaten me, because Mike used to come and try to talk to my dad and stuff like that. Gave him a big plate of weed and everything. I didn't care what my dad did, because my dad was old, you know, and I didn't want him to die on me, so he could talk to whoever he wanted. But the neighbor lady he dated, that Mike dated, Milton, her jaw actually fell, and she had to always put it back in place somehow. I don't know what she did, but she told me to my face like she was a witch and that she could see, and she thought I wanted her man. I was like, oh no way, I don't want your man. He acted like a weirdo a couple times. Like he was up to something. You can tell when they're not with Christ and that they're playing in the devil's field, that they act like they're not with it. Their minds are not straight. They play games. They act all strange. Like, I think that would be like the Nickelback acting like animals, because they do. They act like they're not civilized. They act like they're playing little baby games. It's really strange. But I just wanted to get that out there, because that Dirty Diana, or not Dirty Diana, but Billie Jean by Michael Jackson. I could write a chapter about that in my life if I wanted.